Now, don't judge me. I didn't. If I like that. Oh, look, we just lost. Hi, everyone, and welcome in to another illustrious stream by ZacsNotDead. We are here just like we're meant to be here. Everything is like it's meant to be. We wanted it this way. We like our mic arm laying straight across our desk and sitting vertically. As a matter of fact, yes, look down. Look down at this. Right there. Look at that bad boy. Yep, not a big deal. Not a big deal. When I brought that camera down, you thought you was about to see a good old German sausage, didn't you? Anyway, the caffeine has only just begun. Today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I would like you to direct your attention over to the Twitch side of emotes and see all the new emotes that have been approved. The animated and the not so animated ones. By all means, my friends, take a gander. I have recently downloaded Streamlabs onto my tablet. Jaws, what do you think of that? RESPEGGs, homie. What do you think of that? Looks good, right? Looks good, right? That's the best way I could have it, honestly. And then I added like 4 frames to just the GG. Cash me outside. How about that? I need that as a soundbite. Actually, we'll do that right now. Good job, Odie. You go, Glen Coco. Soundbar. Wait, are they doing a new Mask movie? Is that what that fucking Microsoft thing was? Because if they are, awesome. It better not have Jamie Kennedy in it. With all due respect. All right, with all due respect to the, you know, that Miami kingpin, I just can't. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see Flavor Flav up in that shit. All right, we got our phone facing us. We got our drink here. We got this drink here. Way too many beverages on the shelf. Hold on now. We got to Cash Me Outside. Library search. Catch me.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, bro. She sounded like such a little kid right there. Channel points. 69, dude. All right. For 69 channel points, you can say, Cash me outside. How about that? All right. It has been added. It is decreed. Everyone thank Odie.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Exactly. There you go. Everyone thank Odie for that. A nice and cheap little emote. Now I forgot, we got to take it out of Halloween mode. If you'll forgive me here. Profile. Z&D. Load profile. All right. There we go. We are good to go. My H key started working on the keyboard again. Everyone should be stoked about that. Take that. Haha. Good job, Chase. Thank you for testing out the sound alert. All right, we got to tighten this bad boy. Tighten AE, you know what I'm saying? They're in the walls. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? We'd love to see you smile. Where's the beef? What are you gonna do? Eat SpaghettiOs. Oh, damn it. I have to sign in. I have 2 authenticator sign-ins because I'm that awesome. We're not watching zombies before playing zombies. You see what an asshole I am? How unprepared I am? WB Selling MK? Question mark? Hot topic. And lean pockets, too. Yeah, so work has been a little bit crazy. Odie's birthday is day after tomorrow. And love seeing the emotes. Love seeing them new emotes. What was I saying? Oh, then my birthday's on Saturday. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be doing any streaming on Friday. But Saturday, I think I'm going to make a little bit of time. You know, I'm going to do a little birthday stream. You know what I'm saying? It's my B-day. Y'all are my only friends in life. I said that part out loud. Got real awkward. Give me 1 second. 1 second now. 1 second. Oh, don't look at my Twitch Authy pin. Don't know if you can do that. I hope this is a legitimate app. I really didn't take the time to investigate. Sure. Have full authority of my channel. Authorize. To sync, scan the QR code in Streamlabs desktop. The full power. Streamlabs desktop? Where's the QR code here? What? On the app? To sync, scan the QR code in Streamlabs desktop. What the fuck? I'm trying to turn my tablet into like a sound bar or whatever that's called. So we can like legit. I don't have to tinker with the mouse and stuff afterwards. I'll just have a little touchpad that I can touch a Rooney on. That's what I want to do. Where the fuck is this QR code? What? I guess I have to do a manual connection.
Catch me outside. How about that?
You know what? Maybe we just won't do this right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put my motherfucking IP in this motherfucker. Whoa. QR code for Streamlabs app in OBS. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure y'all have heard as well that Mortal Kombat is looking to be sold by Warner Brothers. Not Mortal Kombat. They didn't say outright we're looking to sell Mortal Kombat, at least from what I had read yesterday or day before yesterday. The story goes is that WB is looking to salvage the WBDC or Discovery merger, right? They're looking to salvage the merger that they did. And to do that, they're looking to sell off WB Games now, supposedly. Supposedly. I do hope it's true. I do who. Settings. Okay, go to settings, remote. Okay. We're figuring it out. I think we figured it out. And look, we lost somebody. I'm sorry, Bess. I know this is lame. Didn't think you were streamed tonight. I am, Drew. I am. It's more so like I said, the
Catch me outside. How about that?
the double work weeks start relatively like they start this Friday, actually. So this Friday is when I start having to do doubles, and then I'm going to have to work a little bit on the weekends if I don't want Monday to suck, and then I'm going to be all next week working the doubles. So it's really next week where I'm going to be taking the big hiatus from the whole stream thing, and yeah, for the most part. This week, I'm still here, you know. I'm still here. Still says watching. Oh, that's fire. Catch me outside. How about that? Yeah, she got that Gullah gang, bro. We got that Gullah gang. We got our emote, like, looking around with the eyeballs with them ojos. All right, you got to go outside, Chase? All right, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here in the times that you was here.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, I will catch you outside. How about that? Catch yourself outside. You be out there by yourself, boy. I ain't going out there, not one iota. Oh, yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up, Drew. Well, I mean, still, if you wanna do your thing too, I get it. I get it. I ain't gonna hold it against you. All right, we gotta see. There's a story of a girl cried a river and drowned her whole world. Stable, streaming flow, dynamic UI scaling. Scale the plugin UI to better fit your screen res. Yeah? Why would I not do that? Start streaming flow. Prompt for streaming destination. Enable beta features. No, this is all alpha here. Shit, don't you know? Alright, looks like I don't know how to do it. Maybe because I'm using OBS and not actually Streamlabs, I can't use the Streamlabs app, which kind of sucks. But I'm sure there's some kind of workaround, and we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. Alright, these are not the right glasses. No, no. This isn't it either. Yep, would... What the fuck? Why are they all empty? Ah, dang, there it is. Near, far,
Catch me outside. How about that?
park my car. All right. And this sucks. I was really hoping I'd be able to utilize that Streamlabs app. But anyway, I just want to take a little dive down this road and why I think that it's not... WB is actually not looking to sell. And I say that for a reason. All right. Let's see here. Let's go down this rabbit hole. All right. Oh, is this a really recent article? Because that would suck. Oh no, this was from 2 years ago. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so we'll actually keep this article up. Y'all can't see it. You know what? Let's just make it to where y'all can't see. Why not? Y'all should be able to see. Properties. I once was lost, but now I can see shit. I was blind, but now jet skis. Okay. That's a very weird way it crops things. Where's Joker? Where is he?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Psych, I don't go outside. I believe that. I believe that, Chase. Hey, Chase, you want to know something sad, Chase? I deleted Fortnite from my console. I did. I was like, fuck this game, bro. Card combat has killed it for me. And not just that. Now everyone's like using Magneto with the boost gloves and the other like mega jumps and all that stuff. So I'm having to look at like ridiculous heights in the sky and I'm getting, like, just melted from people all over, all around, at any angle. And I'm like, this is dumb. People might as well have jetpacks in Fortnite right now. It's just not fun at all. Anyway. Yeah, it's so cracked right now, dude. Yeah, I'm just not about it. I'm just not about it. So let's first take a look at this. This was at the very top. When I looked on Bing, mind you, we're using Bing right now. It says, in an era of post-merger uncertainty, right? WB Games boss David Haddad says that Warner Bros. Discovery Gaming division will not be carved up or sold. I read that and I was a little sad. And then I look at the date of the article. September 20th, well, that's the latest update of the article. September 20th, 2022, 2 years ago. This article doesn't even matter anymore. It might as well not exist. But it is a testament to how many times we've heard this rumor before. 2 years ago, we heard it. Last year, we heard it. So, here is Event Hub's latest article regarding the matter. Warner Bros. Discovery reportedly looking at selling gaming division to avoid nuclear corporate breakup. I find it a little weird that this would happen, but then again, maybe not so weird. It seems like there's no real game plan over the, like there just isn't a game plan at WB. At least not one that's consumer friendly. They just acquired Player First Games a few weeks ago. It hasn't even been a month since they acquired Player First Games. Player First Games, mind you, is run, one of the main people over there is John Tobias, who is the co-creator of Mortal Kombat. So WB just scooped up John Tobias, who helped co-create the friggin', Mortal Kombat that we all love, scooped him up and brought him underneath the WB house, and now they're already looking to sell them off, which I'm sure is doing nothing but putting them in turmoil. I really am looking forward to getting this OBS set up. I read up on this too today, Zach. Zach, happy early birthday. Well, mighty thank you, Sean Madrigal. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, and I've also been in talks with Murdoink, who hopefully will be doing a little green screen of a character for me, and I'll be putting out an actual video on YouTube like I used to do, starting with what I would like in a combat pack, like my top choices, right? Even though I'm not a massive fan of MK1, still my top choices for the combat pack. And then the second video is going to be the animalities prediction. And that's going to be, I'm going to try to predict every single character's animalities, and I'll just put like a little animal next to their face. I plan on making that video like 3 minutes long. Ain't going to be much. All right. And now that I'm seeing this, I'm noticing y'all cannot, it's not centered whatsoever. All right. All right. It's been okay, let's go. Let's start reading their article. We all know that they just picked up Player First Games, which has John Tobias. I was actually sad when I heard that, because then that told me that both John Tobias and Ed Boon are underneath the tyranny of Warner Brothers Games, Warner Brothers, and their CEO, David Zaslav, who makes $250 million while asking us $10 for a voice announcer in an unfinished game. That's all I'm going to say on that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this article. Okay, we all know it's Event Hubs, but this was posted by Dakota Dark Horse Hills, August 6th. That was yesterday. It's been a weird few years for the developers under the umbrella of Warner Brothers Games, and that includes the makers of Mortal Kombat, Injustice, and Multiverses especially. Mortal Kombat and Injustice, they're in the same house. It's all NRS. So I feel like they could have just said, that. And then Multiverses, different team, different group of people, completely different. They weren't even they were only hired to make the game by WB. And Player First Games was its own studio outside of Warner Brothers until less than a month ago when they got acquired by them. When they sold their souls to the WB Devil. All right. Amid their continuing financial issues and fallen stocks, which they're falling hard as shit. Like, honestly, I watch videos regarding, like, stock shareholders and stuff because apparently that's the only person that matters to WB. So I'm like, what are they saying about the company? Do they think it's good? And I look at these shareholder things and they're saying it's not good at all. It looks actually very bleak, but they have so many good IPs behind it. To buy a share of WB is relatively low right now, lower than it's been in a very long time. And it's likely a good time to buy because whatever happens, they still don't think WB is going to go away, right? And that eventually, whatever they sell off or whatever else, whatever they keep onto, is still going to be viable enough for people to invest in WB. So as far as investors go, that's how they feel. But yeah, okay, so amid their continuing financial fallen stocks, Warner Brothers Discovery is reportedly looking to offload their gaming division again. Now, before, we read that article before where, the merger happened. They were talking about possibly getting rid of the gaming division or just selling off some of them, not even all of them, just some of them. And still that was met with like, no way, not going to happen. We just read that. Even though there was talks of a lot of people throwing their hat in the ring like, hey, we would love to buy Mortal Kombat. Anyway, in a new report from the Financial Times, and that's one of those things those investors love reading, CEO David Zaslav and other top executives are currently weighing their options to cut costs and get more cash in their hands with multiple potential roads ahead of them. The only benefit that we have to look at the weakness of our boss fight, right? Our boss fight is David Zaslav, okay? He's the final boss and the hardest Dark Souls game you ever played, okay? We have to figure out his weak points. We got to figure out where he's going to slip up. And David Zaslav does not look big picture. David Zaslav looks quarterly numbers. That's all he looks at, okay? So, if he's not seeing the quarterly numbers that he would like to see from Mortal Kombat, if it's not as fruitful as they're trying to milk it to be, then selling it is a big possibility because that's fast money. That's now money. Where if he kept onto the IP and if this quarter's doing bad enough, they'll have to look to sell it in order to salvage what else they have, right? Does that make sense, right? So, part of his peanut butter sandwich is friggin' molding. He needs to cut that shit off. Let's see here. So our best bet is that David Zaslav looks at small picture, doesn't look at big picture and how MK will forever make money. No, it doesn't. But what it could mean, okay, here's where it gets bad, okay? This is where it gets bad, Arachnid, okay? This is where it gets bad. WB and WB and Discovery did a merger relatively recently, right? A few years back. They're still in kind of the early phases to where they're talking about backing out of that, right? It's like where contractually WB hasn't been putting out like good numbers for them, sort of deal, right? Or whatever else. So they're just, they haven't met where they would have liked to, so they're considering undoing the merger. That would be way worse for Mortal Kombat and anything else underneath WB. Because if they re-split back up, then everything will be in limbo. That means MK will be in limbo. Who owns MK? WB or Discovery? Well, we bought it and then we did the separation. We put all the money into it this year, so we own it now. You see what I'm saying? So, and same with films and everything else. So whether it's animated shows or live action, whatever, everything will be put on hold until they can figure out who's running what and who owns what and who, and everyone wants to make sure that their pocket is getting filled appropriately. And so if yes, overall, I agree, Young C. This is a good thing for MK in the long run. In the long run. But like I said, if this doesn't happen, if WB doesn't, and I'm not saying WB's only selling MK, right? What's likely going to happen is WB will probably still try to keep MK and sell off a lot of the other stuff. Mobile games just make them way too much money. And unless I've always said they should keep the mobile rights for games, so they should have the ability just to produce games for mobile because they love milking mobile stuff, right? And then give the rights to actual like console and PC gaming out to appropriated studios or whatever, right? Anyway, so that's worst case scenario, Arachnid, is that they can't, make ends meet or whatever, right? They can't come to an agreement. They end up having to go back and splitting. WB will not be WB Discovery. It'll be back to just WB, and Discovery will be back to Discovery, but they will be fighting over who owns what, and a lot of projects will be in limbo. And a lot of things that have already gone on, we'll get to see whatever's completed, but after that, we're going to be sitting there, sucking our thumbs, waiting for something to come in. So a merger to actually happen, I think overall is a good thing, obviously. Like not a merger, excuse me. If they sold off MK to another studio, I think almost any studio that can afford MK, because a lot of people are like, yeah, but what if blah, blah, blah buys it? Joe Schmo down the block doesn't have the fucking money to buy Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a heavy hitter. All right? And that's going to be another thing we're going to be talking about here relatively soon. All right, anyway, let's get back to the article. In a new report from the Financial Times, all right, we already read that, weighing their options to cut costs and get more cash in their hands with multiple potential roads ahead of them. Now, we already said this is... The silver lining is that David Zaslav does not look at the big picture of IPs. I don't think he believes in the IPs anymore. I think that he's like, oh, you do have to put in effort, and I don't have the money to put in effort right now because then my quarterly numbers won't look as good. So he's looking at short picture, not big picture. He'll probably sell off whatever he can in order to make the quarterly numbers look better. But the big money makers, things like Mortal Kombat, things like The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, we're not going to be seeing, or Harry Potter, excuse me. We're not going to be seeing them sell those off. That'll be the last thing they fucking sell. What would be good if they sold Rocksteady, because, yeah, everybody underneath WB Games since the WB Discovery merger, it's been bad. It's just been bad. Multiverses started off good, and then it quickly went away for a fucking year, came back, and it wasn't as good as it was before, was it? Anyway, let's get back to the article. While there were discussions and rumors about WB and Discovery splitting back up into separate companies again after just merging in 2022 in a nuclear move, quote unquote, that drastic would likely lock up both sides in legal issues and disputes for years to come. That's exactly what I was talking about, okay? So if it comes to the point where, they go back to splitting up, there are going to be legal issues and disputes on who owns what and whose pocket is getting lined with what. Like if you're a horror fan and you were like, why haven't we seen Friday the 13th or where's Candyman, stuff like that? It's issues like that caused us, or Tales from the Crypt. Issues like that are why we're not seeing things that we loved get made now, because they're arguing about who actually owns it. So instead of trying to determine who would own what and how movies and TV shows would be handled, WBD is reportedly looking to sell off their smaller and more detached assets, including the gaming division. Now, I don't know if they'd be willing to sell off the gaming division as a whole. I heard that they downsized their mobile team relatively recently, so that surprises me because I feel like they might honestly make more money on mobile gaming than they do on actual console gaming, and collectively and across all their mobile stuff. I could be wildly wrong on that. Anyway, the Financial Times words it as a stake in Warner Brothers video game business, so it's not immediately clear if WBD would be trying to offload their publisher and studios in a package deal or try and piecemeal them out to buyers and maybe still try and keep some for themselves. So, yeah, that's honestly, I don't think they're going to get rid of WB Games. It makes them too much money. There's too much money on paper that comes in from WB Games. There just really is. There's no way they're going to look at WBG and go, yeah, get rid of all of it. That's another downside. I think they will piecemeal it, and the ones that they've been milking the most are the ones that they're going to be. And let me say this. Let me reword this. The ones they've been successfully milking the most are the ones they're least likely going to sell. So all of y'all who have been buying every single skin that drops, every single Christmas fatality, every single piece of gear in the shop, you just buy it. You might even be able to unlock it, but you don't know, so you just buy it, because why not? People like you are going to be the reason why they are not willing to sell MK, because Mortal Kombat is making them more money than Suicide Squad. And that is their only other big money-making live service game right now. And they're not making dick. It literally just went for on Game Pass. So all the people that have been, whales cashing in on every single thing that appears in the shop, the moment it appears in there, you're buying those $10 skins when they were $10. You bought the $8 skins when they were $8. You're buying the $5 now that they're $5, even though that's still lower price for just some kind of recolor, like a palette slider swap, like, let me in now, and I'll be nice. If not, I'll be back, not once, not twice, as many times as I'd like. Y'all know what that's from? Oh, hold on, Young C. Let me catch up to what you're saying here. Okay, you said, personally, you don't think they are going to sell just like last time. Rocksteady is in trouble. Suicide Squad flopped, even though I liked it. MK1 sold 7 million copies so far. They would sell humans before MK if it's up to them. Honestly, that's true. That's true. But as many times as I like. Yeah. It is true. So, yeah, it is. Yes, Odie, they were regular legs. But I bet you if you stood next to old regular legs, they would look like some long legs.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Bitches, you a hobbit? All right, hold on. Let's get back to what we were reading. Okay. Let me see now. The Financial Times. No, I'm not going to read it like that. Okay, the Financial Times words it as a stake in Warner Brothers video. We read that. Okay, and the whole piecemeal thing. So, yeah, that's where we're at in this conversation. I do think that they will be piecemealing it. I do not think they will bulk sell it off. No way, no how. They look at every different property as being... What I think they'll do is they'll probably bundle some of them together that are less, not so good, and they'll bundle it with other ones. You know what I mean? They'll be like a investor bundle, and then the premium investor bundle. You know what I mean? It's just WB's way, bro. They're going to find some way like, oh, if you put in your pre-bid now, you'll get a free future bid on a separate project or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're snakes, bro. They're snakes over there, dude. Okay, anyway, NetherRealm Studios has been under the ownership of Warner since the media giant bought the developers following Midway's bankruptcy in 2010. It's a very sad thing. Why did Midway go bankrupt? Why? You know why I think, personally? Because they took entirely too long to go back into the 2D era. That's what I think. Anyway, on top of that, WBD also just acquired Multiversus Studio First Player Games a few weeks ago. Literally just said that earlier. Should a big sale come to pass in the near future, the full ramifications of the move are still unknown, though could be pretty drastic. If, say, Microsoft, okay, I own PlayStation. I haven't owned an Xbox since Xbox 360. I'm gonna be fucking real. I'm pretty sure that was the last thing I had. Yeah. I'm gonna be real. I haven't had one in a long time. I was like, bro, these controllers, they're massive. I was like, what kind of mongoloid ass person I gotta be to enjoy a Xbox controller? Anyway, but that was back OG Xbox days too, man. I mean, what was that? Brute Force, I think, was my first game on Xbox. Let's get back to the article. Should a big sale come to pass in the near future, the full ramifications of the move are still unknown, though could be pretty drastic. If, say, Microsoft were to grab NRS, it's unclear if they'd get to take the Mortal Kombat rights with them or if WB would hold onto the IP that they view as a valuable asset. I've been saying for a long time, Warner Brothers, sell off the gaming rights. You can keep the movie rights, keep the mobile rights, but the actual gaming, I'm sorry, I don't consider mobile games gaming. I'm not your fucking aunt. I don't play Candy Crush on the toilet. Mobile gaming isn't gaming. Sorry to break it to you. It's toying. That's what you're doing. You're toying. It's like calling back in the day. They had those like little toys that would only be one toy, but it would be like, oh, you're Elsa from Frozen, dodge all the snowflakes coming at you. You know, shit like that, and it's just like black and white, and you just like move left and right. That's like, if that's all you played, you're a gamer. No, you're not, bro. Anyway, Mortal Kombat 1 just revealed the Chaos Reigns expansion with a new story mode and 6 more fighters with Cyrax and Sector and Noob Saibot plus guests. Noob Saibot, to anybody who doesn't know, is the last names of the co-creators of Mortal Kombat in reverse. Noob, Boone, Saibot, Tobias. Anyway, most people know that. Most people know that. If you've moved beyond Crayola crayons, you probably know that. Plus guests, Conan the Barbarian, Terminator's T-1000, and Scream's Ghostface. Mortal Kombat 1 just revealed... Okay, we've just read that. Jesus. Player First Games would likely be in an even rougher spot considering their only game, Multiversus, is based completely on Warner Brothers' other IP like DC Comics, Scooby-Doo, and Cartoon Network. I think they should just keep Player First Games. Keep that. Have them be your one studio, sell off everyone else. NRS selling Mortal Kombat could make them so much immediate money. The problem is, I think that they'll ask for a ridiculous amount of money that 99% of people that would be willing to buy the company are not going to be able to afford it. And that 1% that could afford it, it's probably going to second guess buying it because it's like, why are you overvaluing your product? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how do you value a product that you're dwindling? And that you'd have to go, well, in someone else's hands, that'd be a selling point. So even if we tarnish it, completely tarnish the Mortal Kombat name, and then you guys buy Mortal Kombat, and you guys could place it under new management, that's a selling point right there. There's a reason restaurants put under new management or hotels put under new management, because it's the selling point, because it was garbage before. And now it's like, guess what? New management came in and fucking cleaned up shop. So it's a selling point. There's no reason why WB wouldn't look at it like, oh, let us just, cash it out as much as we can, tarnish the IP as hard as we can, and then sell it off and still say, look how much you could make off of this. Bruh, imagine if Mortal Kombat became an Xbox exclusive. I don't think that would ever happen, Young C's. Mortal Kombat is primarily played on PlayStation. Mortal Kombat currently is already Microsoft is already backpedaling on some of the exclusivities and allowing them to be on PlayStation as well. They're just taking a little bit more time to do it. And some previous Xbox exclusives are going to be making their way over to PlayStation. And it made a lot of Xbox people very upset. And I see why. You officially lost the gaming war at that point when one company is willing to put their exclusives on a console and the other isn't. But that's Xbox's thing. Players first. They are buying up these studios. They have more money. They have Microsoft behind them. But, yeah. I mean, Bill Gates is rich as fuck, right? Hey, how you doing, the Ultimate Sonic Fan 2024? Welcome in. And thank you for coming in, mind you. But like I said, I do not think that Xbox will make Mortal Kombat a exclusive. I do not. They thought about doing it with Call of Duty, and they backpedaled on that. They are now going to be making Starfield available for PlayStation, stuff like that. Starfield did not do very well in numbers-wise, especially when you look, in contrast to their other titles that came out on multi-platforms. Anyway, and you know what else would be super cool? You know what exclusive Microsoft does have? Killer Instinct. We could finally, what if Microsoft buys up Mortal Kombat and they do a Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat game as the first game? That would be sick. That would be huge. That would blow the F up. That would be massive. But I do think that they could still keep Killer Instinct exclusive on the Xbox. And I gotta be honest, if Killer Instinct was available on the PlayStation, I would be playing it. I just don't. I don't have it. Okay, let's get back. So yeah, like this article had said, player first games would probably be in the most trouble just due to the fact they just got acquired. And if they had to sell off the company, maybe player first games would be able to backtrack and be like, hey, let us out of here. But also at the same time, like this article says, it's almost filled entirely with WB characters. It is filled entirely with WB characters. So it's like, what do you do at that point? That game only works when they own all those IPs. But let's see. Maybe that would be enough for WB to keep the studio they literally just bought. But a split could potentially spell the end for the platform fighter that finally released in May. This isn't the first time rumors and reports have circulated about WB games being up for sale with AT&T. Like I said, we've heard it at least twice before in the last 2 years. Looking into the move back in 2020, where Microsoft and EA were reportedly among those interested. When I heard EA was interested, I wanted to vomit. I was like, how are you going to from one hotbed of garbage to another hotbed of garbage? But leave it to WB to make franchises like Mortal Kombat seem enticing to EA. Because EA is just known for being money-hungry POSs. Charging full price every year for, a football game when they go into the files and they find the same artifacts, the same assets throughout the entire game. Like they didn't do anything different. Anyway, it's just so they can sell more card packs. So yeah, thank God EA did not get their grubby fingers on it back then. Anyway, that was followed up by more talk in 2022, but obviously nothing ever came of that, with the merger going down with Discovery that year. NetherRealm was among the teams hit with layoffs already from WBD. That included dropping their entire mobile games division and shuttering. Okay, that's not true. Okay, this isn't true. Let's click on this link. Because let's see. Okay. They laid off the official Mortal Kombat Onslaught Twitter account has just released a tweet announcing that the game will be closing its operations, specific time for closure, in the coming weeks. Okay, they're ending it, right? It's already been said that they're ending it. But the actual team that did Mortal Kombat Mobile was saying, hey, we're still here, we're still good. They're just getting rid of Onslaught. And so that's what happened within that one. So I'm not outright calling him a liar, but at the time when they made this article, they just didn't have all the information. And so you would think as a journalist that you would adjust the information as it came in, but I guess they didn't do that. Anyway, Warner did report that Mortal Kombat 1 had sold around 3 million copies about a month after launch last year, though. There's been no updates on the game's performance since. The game is constantly on sale. It has been on sale since the third month it was out. That tells a lot. That tells you a lot. And it wasn't just like, oh, here's 20% off this new game 3 months later. It was 60% off. That's how bad the game was doing. And that's how much money they were making off of microtransactions that they felt comfortable leaving it at such a reduced base price. Because honestly, if we're being honest with each other, the game should have been 60% off for everyone to begin with, because it was an empty game. It was a hollow experience, far from being fleshed out. Let me catch up with chat here real quick. And I did. Let's see. We've heard this a few times now, but the future is looking fairly uncertain again for everyone. Okay. Let's see, what else? What else we got? This one's posted 6 hours ago. Financial debt, new studio behind the hugely successful Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Legacy game. Right? That was like one of the best-selling things. But it wasn't a live service game where they could rip people off in perpetuity. Or whatever. Perpetuity. Yeah! Come in now! If you wanna hit, not once, not twice. Sorry, I'm gonna keep doing that. I don't know why. Oh, soyless. And the sweet rice seasoning stuff would be awesome if they have it. Okay. Well, it won't be as good. Okay, it won't be as good. Do that away from here, please. Don't be in here all coughing. Patient zero. Lole says, hi, Zach. I wanted to ask you your perspective on if it's okay to separate the art from the artist. Wait. Okay, hi, Zach. I wanted to ask for your perspective on if it's okay to separate the art from the artist. Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. I think you can separate the art from the artist. But when the information is there, you have your duty to have, like, the integrity, I think, personally, to support. There are so many people in the world. There are so many artists in the world that I think there's a lot of good people out there who aren't getting the support that maybe somebody who's bigger You know what I mean? And is kind of a piece of crap person. You know? So I think it depends, really. But if you have the information and you choose to ignore it, you are supporting that person in whatever ventures that they do, right? So let's say if your favorite artist, I don't know, beats their family, then I would probably not support that person. You know, I wouldn't feel bad that I ever supported them because I had no idea they were that way. But like to a degree, you have to, you know, have some integrity, and you just got to have a moral bar, right? You create your own bar. You create your own moral bar. Don't let anyone create your bar. But okay, we're just looking here at some other articles to see if there's anything different. Hey, Ultimate Sonic fan, thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I'll have to make that font smaller. Your name was massive on there, wasn't it? That was huge. It's supposed to look like an old school pop-up, you know, wave. So I tried looking. I had heard a rumor. And so I heard a rumor that, let me see here, so cannot afford. Hey, Odie, gift in to Ultimate Sonic fan. Mighty kind, Odie. Meowdalorian. All right. A force. What am I? What am I, a Canadian in a trailer park? That's a Trailer Park Boys reference. Warner oh, the little toot. The little magical toot. Who tooted at me? You little pooty toot. Oh, that's an Odie toot. I should have known. Anyway, okay. One of the things I wanted to talk about, and I saw it in a tweet, so it's probably not true. Okay, whoa, here we go. What's this? What is this? Okay, I'm going to move this over so y'all can see it a little bit better. All right, so Bing uses some kind of AI technology here. What is this AI technology? All right, Warner Bros. Discovery is reportedly considering selling a stake in its video game business to address financial challenges and reverse its falling share prices. Like I told y'all, their share prices are hella low right now, and investors are like, it wouldn't be so bad to invest. Anyway, that's how low it is. Anyway, this move, even though their numbers keep going down, people are like, how low can it go? It is Warner Brothers. They can't completely go away. This move comes as the company looks to offload smaller assets rather than undergo a complete corporate breakup. This we already read. As for Sony, while they have been active in acquiring gaming studios, the financial scale of acquiring a significant portion of Warner Brothers Discovery's gaming division might be challenging for them. Okay. That said that in this article? We read this whole article. Did we not? Did we friggin' miss something? All right. Well, so the rumor that I heard is that Microsoft immediately was down to put some numbers out. And then the other bit was that, hold on, let me readjust here. The other bit was that Sony could not afford the asking price by Warner Brothers. Okay, so what does that tell me? personally, as somebody who likes to read too much into things, right? As somebody who likes to assume a lot. WB asking a ridiculous amount of money for IPs or for their gaming division is them testing the waters, them trying to see, well, if somebody will give us it's them fake selling. I feel like it's somebody's wife is saying, hey, you need to sell your car. You never drive it. It just sits in the driveway. You spend hours waxing it. Sell it. We need the money for Christmas or whatever, right? And so the guy goes, okay, fine. Got tired of getting yelled at. Or we could reverse it, you know? Right? We could have the wife's car, right? And the husband's like, I'm tired of the eyesore. Sell it, right? So goes on the street, puts a for sale sign on it, and then anyone who calls asking for it, he's like, yes, that vehicle is $70,000. But then you would look at the Carfax, right? Or whatever, and it would be worth like maybe 10, you know? They're not really gonna sell it. They're just pretending like they're going to. And the only way that they actually would sell something that they love, it's kind of like, has anyone ever asked you, they've been like, hey, how much money would you have to be given to slap a baby? Or something dumb like that, right? Then you'd be like, I don't know, $50. And then you got that one buddy who's like, for free. I slap babies all the time. And then you got that other person there rubbing his hands like Mr. Burns going, probably like 100,000, because he means that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think, yeah, and also Odie's right. Depends on the baby. But I think personally that, oh, hold on. Got to rub the ojo. Got to rub the eyeball. Oh, okay. We're good. But yeah, I think personally they are, David Zaslav is highballing WB Games because he doesn't plan on selling it. But if Microsoft goes, you know what, fuck it, sure, here's $1 billion, or here's $5 billion, sure, here you go, then David Zaslav will look like a marketing god, a selling god to WB. Baby, you should main Sub-Zero, not Liu Kang, Sonic fan. Because Sub-Zero is your favorite character. Slaps, baby. That's all the ultimate Sonic fan needs. just enough to slap a baby. Just a little bit. I'll do it for a pack of ramen. I'd buy that for $1. I'll pay you to slap the baby. I will give you money so that I may slap the baby. I main Sub-Zero because I did not care to put more time and effort into learning a character into a game that couldn't even let me pin moves for the first 3 months of its existence. I don't like watch other people's videos on like how to do a combo. I just like go to play and try to learn myself. And when they didn't have tag or pin moves, I was like having to go back and forth trying to learn characters. And I was like, this effing sucks. So I just stuck with Sub-Zero, and I didn't want to put more time and effort into learning a character in a game that I felt like didn't put as much time and effort as I would trying to learn one of these characters. That's going to wildly change eventually because it's so wildly unfinished. That's also another part of why I feel like I'm not going to invest my time into a game that has the potential to change severely because of how unfinished it was on release. So I'm just like, I'll wait till they figure out what game they're making, and then I'll hop in it. You know what I'm saying? But we're probably going to play the game today, being real. All right, so that's my 2 cents. I think David Zaslav is going to highball the gaming division. He might sell off some of these smaller ones, but like we said earlier, Mortal Kombat, Hogwarts, that stuff, that the big money makers for them is going to be the last thing they're going to want to sell. There's a lot of silver lining, a lot of pros and cons. We've heard this time and time again, but I think David Zaslav is just going to highball until somebody gives him a ridiculous offer, and then he'll take that. But that ridiculous offer has got to be unbelievably ridiculous. If we look at how much David Zaslav makes, he makes almost 5 times what the next most overpaid CEO in entertainment makes. He makes almost 5 times what that person does. He makes well over double what the other most paid CEO in all of entertainment makes. Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane? How is a company so in debt, but then pays the guy in charge of that company that much money to run it into the ground, essentially? It's insane. Anyway, I mean, we've talked about that a lot. We're not going to talk about that again. So anyway, hold on here. Lole, let me see what you said here. Lole, not trying to gloom and doom, but the artist I'm trying to discuss is Matt Watson, and he allegedly, on multiple occasions. Well, allegations are one thing. You can try to base a character off of somebody's character and their day-to-day stuff. It's hard to tell. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell. But the thing is when you have multiple people trying to say something, it's a little tough. It's a tough call. Well, I'll look up this person's name. Matt. Was it? All right, I'm gonna be real right off the gate. He looks a little sus. I'm gonna be real honest. He looks a little suspicious. I mean, I Googled his name, and it's not popping up anything regarding that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, and to be fair, this isn't Google. So there's that, too. I'm not seeing anything. It might be all hearsay, yo. It's probably all hearsay. Some of these pictures do not do this person any justice whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost the part of their... Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I mean, that's the look, right? I mean, the look he's trying to give is... I just crawled out of a dumpster. So, you know. You never know. He could be chill. I don't know who this is. I don't know the person. Oh, we got OHG in here? Hold up. Sorry I left for a bit, but is this a good thing for MK? Oh my gosh, Arachnid. I went on a whole like 5 to 10 minute thing answering that question you asked earlier. Yo, says OHG. What is up, OHG? Matt Watson is the guy from that you made Daddy Angry Kitten meme. Oh my god. Is that who that is? No. Ugh, bro, this, I hate it. Help. Help. All right. Well, hey, you're good. No, okay, so pretty much in a nutshell, we were saying that it's kind of a catch-22 with them looking to sell because they need to sell some things. They're likely not going to... The last thing they're likely going to sell is Mortal Kombat. They have a lot to sell under WB Games before they get to needing to sell MK. Only silver lining is David Zaslav looks at small picture and not big picture, and MK could sell for a lot. He's likely highballing how much he wants to sell MK for because deep down he doesn't want to sell it. And unless somebody matches that ridiculous highball, then he's not going to sell it, you know? Anyway, so kind of in a nutshell, that was that, but also there's a lot more to it. So yeah, if you want to go back and watch it, I get that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But what we're gonna do now, ladies and gentlemen, OHG, actually, what are your thoughts on the possible selling of the game? We also discussed some of the potential that MK.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Shit. I forgot about that. But the potential, and the worst part of that, Arachnid, why I was saying it was like a catch-22, is because if they do not sell enough they need to sell something. They need to get themselves out of the red and start looking in an upward trajectory and like constant, as opposed to like, oh, we have a spike because we sold something, but now we're back down because we're garbage. You know what I mean? They need to look like they have a game plan. And right now, they don't really have that. Yeah, I saw that, OHG. I saw that, Browdy. Somebody else had messaged it to me. Oh, wait, yeah, here it is. Uppercut Editions messaged it to me regarding... Oh, no, that was that. Regarding the Onslaught. And if y'all don't know, and y'all already have Onslaught, they are bombarding y'all with a whole bunch of stuff that you can claim to make it a lot easier for y'all to reach level 20. But if I'm not mistaken, if you haven't already downloaded it, it's pulled from the actual App Store, and you can't download it anymore, if I'm not mistaken. It could be, though. Oh, look, like 7 Days to Die released an update. They friggin' needed to, because getting hungry and thirsty was ridiculous. But yeah, we're not here to talk about 7 Days. Okay, you know what? I actually kind of want to watch this. We'll watch this with you all. All right. Now, likely, he's just going to be reading the things that we have already gone over. Oh, and y'all couldn't have seen any of that. I'm a jerk. The screen was black. Y'all could not see my Twitter whatsoever. All right. Let's watch a little bit of this.
War never changes, or in this case, Warner Bros.
Let's see if they have a slightly different take than us.
Because they're in debt. Another year means another report that WB Discovery could potentially be selling IPs and studios.
Okay, let me say this one more time, just because I feel like I didn't say it clear enough, and I want to say it before I hear him say it, if he's going to say it. I think the main difference with this time, right? With this time, this is our time. Our time here. Our time down here. All right, sorry to Goonies reference you real quick. But I think the major difference now versus before, right, is that WB and Discovery are on the brink of splitting up and rescinding the merger. That's the difference. That's the kick in the ass. I hope that David Zaslav needs to sell off WBG. They do a good job with movies. Did y'all see Barbie? Most of y'all probably did. They do really good with movies. Stick to movies. Anyway.
Like Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm. Yo, what's up? It's Dynasty, and...
Is it me, or is that going like hella slow? Maybe I'm just over-caffeinated, and I'm hearing in slow motion. As long as most of my wanted characters make it into Mortal Kombat one day, I'm good. Jigsaw. You want Jigsaw in there? I want Candyman up in there. But that's going to be a part of my video. I don't want to give out all the characters that I want in the game. But that's definitely one of them. And OHG says NRS under Microsoft would cook. And I agree. We talked about that earlier and how they were saying that they might make it an exclusive, or Hanzo said imagine if they did. And I don't think that they would, because Microsoft is already backtracking on their exclusives and bringing some of their previous Microsoft exclusives over to PlayStation, if not taking a little time to do so. But I don't think they'll look to make way more exclusives in the future. I just don't. I think they saw the numbers and said, okay, we need to have it on all platforms. But I do think if Microsoft did, it would be super dope if the first game they made was a Killer Instinct versus MK. Keep Killer Instinct Microsoft exclusive, but Killer Instinct versus MK, and make that on PlayStation, PC, Switch. Fuck Switch for fighting games. I'm sorry. If Switch needs to be updated. It's not your fault that the device you're using is like 8-year-old technology, but like, oh my fuck. You know, you can get an OLED screen all you want. It's still not good enough to play next-gen only games. I think, yeah, if you're going to make a next-gen only game, it shouldn't be on something so old. Personally. But, you know, what is you playing on a Switch do for me? You know what I mean? You can sit down and take a dump and do a fatality. I can't do that. At least not while seeing the screen. All right. Not once, not twice. Let's get back to this video. And if, once again, it starts to feel like slow down, we'll just go ahead and speed it up a little bit.
Dead. Another year means another report that WB Discovery could potentially be selling IPs and studios like Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm. Yo, what's up? It's Dynasty, and by now you've probably already
I think he's just
seen
rocking a
articles
somber
like
tone
this over the last day or so. It's been spreading like crazy, and there you go. It's happening again. Report WB Discovery looking to sell off games, other divisions to prevent total breakup. Game franchises like DC and Mortal Kombat may once again be up for sale as WB Discovery tries to make some money. So we're going to talk about this article via GameDeveloper.com. Honestly, take this
he's
for
reading
what
a
it
different
is.
article.
Again, I feel like at least once a year I make a video like this. Just
You know what's crazy? It's a different article, right? It is structured exactly the same. Bro, media.
because it seems like they're always trying
If
to
they
get
were
some
real
money out of
people,
their
we'd be
IPs.
reading
I mean, look at the
things
state of
in a
Mortal
different
Kombat
format,
1
you know what I'm
paying
saying?
$10 for a fatality. If there's money to be had, even if it means selling their licenses, it seems like WB's willing to do it at the right price. So drop a like if you would like to see Mortal Kombat underneath another umbrella like Capcom, Sony, Microsoft. Hopefully not EA or Ubisoft. So let's see. What does this article say? It says WB. Dire financial straits may lead to it selling off various smaller assets as a means to avoid a complete nuclear option corporate breakup. Per Financial Times, senior management CEO David Zaslav are considering selling off its video game division. That side of the business includes original franchises WBD acquired, aka Mortal Kombat, and long-running transmedia brands like DC and Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
And is rebranding its Max Originals back to HBO. Notably, this is the second time
Oh, hold on now.
both legally and content-wise. The company recently lost out on media rights for NBA games and is rebranding
That's
its Max
right.
Originals
That's right. That was one of their big F-ups, and like recently, where David Zaslav lost the NBA.
back to HBO. Notably, this is the second time in the decade that WB Games has been up for a potential sell. I feel like it's been more than twice. I feel like we've seen this annually for a couple of years.
This article says they're... Okay, let me backtrack. This article actually says a few different things. It's just the first two paragraphs look verbatim to the one that we read earlier. All right, so a part of this said that
This multiverses and disappointing Suicide Squad 2024.
it's the next paragraph. We'll wait till it gets to the next part.
According to the outlet, selling its games may be the one sell WB Discovery could make without triggering complications, both legally and content-wise. The company
Okay, I didn't even think about that. Selling off their other assets. What else do they have other than full-on IPs? You know? So selling the gaming rights might be really all they've got. Warner Brothers is about to put out Beetlejuice. That movie's going to be a friggin' smash hit, dude. Like, you already know it's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge movie. Whether you like... Oh my gosh, Cat.
recently lost out on media rights for NBA games and is rebranding its Max Originals back to HBO.
That's crazy. They're going back to HBO. Nobody wanted to call it Max. I did not know a single solitary person who was like, you want to watch Max? Everyone calls it HBO. It's HBO.
Notably, this is the second time in the decade that
I'm gonna let the
WB
cat
Games has been up for a potential sell. I feel like it's been more than twice. I feel like we've seen this annually for a couple of years. Back in 2020, when WB was still owned by AT&T, parties like Microsoft and Take-Two were interested in buying the interactive division. At the time, a potential deal would have been valued for as much as $4 billion.
Oh, hold on. Let me back that up because I was not available.
We're interested in buying the interactive division. At the time, a potential deal would have been valued for as much as $4 billion.
Back in 2020.
With a potential sell up in the air back then, it appeared to have affected NetherRealm specifically. Instead of making Injustice 3 after 2019's Mortal Kombat 11, it shifted to the universe reboot of Mortal Kombat 1. A sell never happened, and WB Games has stuck around as its own entity. However, Microsoft never fully took its eye off the Warner ball. Leaked documents from 2023 show it wanted Gotham Knights, Mortal Kombat 1, and Suicide Squad on Game Pass for a range of $50 to $250 million each.
Oh, wow.
If WB Games were to be sold off now,
Microsoft wanted to put Mortal Kombat 1 on Game Pass. That would have helped them a lot. And that would have sold a lot of microtransactions. That was a stupid business idea to not put it on Game Pass. They were going to give you a whole bunch of money to put it on Game Pass. What were you thinking? You already knew your game was incomplete and filled with microtransactions. What were you thinking?
Now it's unclear for how much, given the performance of its aforementioned 2023 and 2024 games, along with the Monolith Productions' incoming Wonder Woman title. This is again coming from game developer via
I forgot about Wonder
Financial
Woman.
Times. So, yeah, war never changes. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Again, they mentioned those leaked documents that Microsoft had, or they were trying their best to get a hold of several of those different games, but this is a big deal. And I've seen a lot of people have some very interesting takes on this. Now, for me personally, I'm going to take it for what it is. I'm not going to guarantee it gets sold, but I would not be shocked if it did, because again, it seems like every other year this pops up. And again, they did make a good point. They just recently lost the NBA games. It's probably sent David Zaslav, the CEO, into panic, because the NBA is a big deal for TNT and WB. They still got AEW, which is kind of big.
TNT got screwed. TNT got friggin' screwed, yo. I mostly buy stuff from the Dragon Crystal stuff just because, unless it's a seasonal fatality shop. Yeah, I'm not buying seasonal fatalities. I'm not buying anything. Over here, I'm very anti microtransactions in an incomplete game. How dare you charge me more when you charged me premium prices for an empty experience? Like, you're spitting on me after tripping me. That's what they did to me. And I'm going to be 100% real. And I know I sound full tinfoil hat every time I say it, but I'm going to keep saying it. The seasonal fatalities idea fucking spawned from me. And the concept arts that I put together, that I pitched to the head of fatalities, Gray. I forget her full name. But the lead UI, the lead fatality animator, all those people were liking that, saying great idea. Those were mainly the only people liking it. And that was in 2019. And now we have them, but they charged instead of make it. My pitch was make it a way that you would have players come back, you know, all the time. You could have players come back to play the game over and over and over again. Because they have the chance to unlock a seasonal fatality or maybe even a seasonal brutality. But anyway. Yeah, so I normally try to 100% things. I'm not doing that. The only times I really play the game anymore is when I play online King of the Hill with friends, and that does not give you any XP whatsoever. So I only have like 3 characters actually leveled up all the way. So where you get like the 200 dragon crystals for leveling up a character, right? Maxing them out or reaching a certain level, whatever it is. So I've only done that with a handful of characters because I don't play Combat League, and I'm not going to sit there and just play towers all day long because it sucks in contrast. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. Now, what was I saying? Oh, and as far as like spending the dragon crystals, I still don't think it's when even if all you did was spend currency that you earned from playing the game, you're still saying the grind is okay and the price point is still okay for the grind. So you're saying like, oh, I'm going to have to grind for how long to be able to get $10 worth of dragon crystals, or I could just spend $10. You know, when you could work for 5 minutes in like a real job and make the money that you would, you know, require to spend on a microtransaction as opposed to like spending like 12 hours grinding something or 7 hours grinding something, that's a huge disconnect. I understand if it's like 4 times the amount of time, you know, to get something by playing the game versus, you know, paying with real world cash. But mind you, this is also a premium price game. This isn't a free to play game. Most people spend over $100 on this title. So when you see a skin and you buy that skin using the dragon crystals you got in the game, you're still saying this price is okay and I'm willing to spend it. That's it. Like you value your time to be, I'm not saying you value your time less, but I'm saying you are valuing your time in their eyes on your willingness to buy overpriced microtransactions. That's personally me. And I don't mean that like you, but I just mean as people, individuals. But let's get back to Dynasty's video.
You know, it's been...
Hold on, let me backtrack a little bit.
For TNT and WB. They still got AEW, which is kind of big, but their game division, you know, it's been interesting. Mortal Kombat is still,
they own the AEW. That's why on my Twitter I'm always seeing wrestling shit. Bro, okay, I like wrestling video games. I don't watch wrestling. When I was a little kid, of course, you know, like The Rock and stuff were big, you know, when I was a kid. So I remember like wrestling stuff, but I was never into wrestling. And I see it all over my feed all the time. But it makes sense that WB owns it.
Monthly.
So the algorithm thinks I like WB stuff.
Number 1 for months on end, like Hogwarts Legacy was. And if we're comparing it to that game, I mean, it got a small bump, but after, you know, the initial purchase of Mortal Kombat 1, almost plateaued, dare I say, decline. So they got to do something. And a lot of people were saying that this is probably the reason why they decided to make Mortal Kombat instead of Injustice 3.
I heard that too. They made in Mortal Kombat instead of Injustice 3 because it was the potential that they were going to be selling off assets. And so they were like, we might be selling this off. At least NRS is Mortal Kombat, so we'll just have them make that. Anyway.
just because they figured, you know, hey, Mortal Kombat fans are going to buy a Mortal Kombat game. That franchise, that license is more valuable than Injustice 3 per se. And they were just like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's make another Mortal Kombat game and let's make...
I could see that too. I could see that too. That Mortal Kombat genuinely does make more money than DC. It just does when in terms of the fighting game, not in terms of like overall, like all things DC encompassing DC, but just talking about the fighting game, then yeah, Mortal Kombat sells well. It sells very well. And if I'm not mistaken, by the time Mortal Kombat 1 sold 3 million copies, MK11 had sold 15 million. So
make the most money we can while we still own these licenses. Which could explain also why they're nickel and diming us for skins and fatalities, and why it's going to be the longest supported game with all this new content, which is...
I've always said it, and I'll say it again. Under new management is a selling point, so it doesn't matter if they severely tarnish Mortal Kombat's name, because if they sell the IP, the new company can go under new management, and that's a very enticing thing.
Is also probably why it still feels super bare bones and almost like a live service $70 game. It's just because they wanted to make the most why they still had the ability to use the Mortal Kombat license. Now, what I think is interesting is how do they go about this? Who actually is going to buy either the IP?
I just thought of a very funny image. I'm going to have a picture of a cow and then like one of the Animaniacs milking the cow, and the spots on the cow are just Mortal Kombat logos. All right.
Or the studio? Are they simply going to sell Mortal Kombat? Or is it Mortal Kombat with NetherRealm Studios? Is it them buying NetherRealm Studios and a list of IPs like Mortal Kombat? Like, that's where things are very interesting, because what if they just simply buy the Mortal Kombat license? They sell it off to somebody like, you know, Take-Two Interactive.
Gold palettes are the best palettes. Yo, I'm not going to lie. You know what? Gold palettes low-key remind me of, like, Call of Duty days. You know, when I used to play COD 24/7, and I was dying to get all the gold skins for my guns. That's what the gold skins remind me of in Mortal Kombat. I like the silver ones a lot, too. Thing is, though, is they did it in Injustice 2, and it was cool and all that. But it just feels... You lose character identity when anybody can be gold. You know what I mean? But it also is kind of cool. Ain't gonna lie. Would be kind of cool if their skin turned a little metallic too.
Active, right? Does Take-Two design, work, create Mortal Kombat 2? Is that what we're calling it? MK13? And then NetherRealm is still called NetherRealm Studios, but they're working on Injustice 3 because WB still has like the rights to the DC properties. You know what I mean? Like, what a weird world that would be.
No, I totally didn't scroll down and see that comment. I just didn't. It just didn't appear or whatever. My bad.
Boon. Combat license. They sell it off to somebody like, you know, Take-Two Interactive, right? Does Take-Two design, work, create Mortal Kombat 2? Is that what we're calling it? MK13? And then NetherRealm is still called NetherRealm Studios, but they're working on Injustice 3 because WB still has like the rights to the DC.
He's not wrong. It would be muddled, but there's no way it wouldn't be muddled. But it needs to fucking happen. You know, it needs to happen. The shit needs to. You know what I'm saying? It needs to stop, fam. Kitty cat, don't do that. Kitty cat. I'm dreaming of a white biscuit. Anyway, hold on.
Somebody like, you know, Take-Two Interactive, right? Does Take-Two design, work, create Mortal Kombat 2? Is that what we're calling it? MK13?
You know what would be cool? They should just call it MK. MK. That's it. Everyone will know. It can just be a capital M, a capital K, MK. And that will be the new Mortal Kombat whatever, right? Scrap this one. This was a one-off. Oopsie. We spilled the milk with this one. We messied our pants. It's time to toss it out. You know what I mean? Time to cut out the cunts.
And then NetherRealm is still called NetherRealm Studios, but they're working on Injustice 3 because WB still has like the rights to the DC properties. You know what I mean? Like, what a weird world that would be. Ed Boon working at NetherRealm on like an Injustice game, yet you have the creators of Grand Theft Auto creating Mortal Kombat. You feel me? So that's where I think it's really intriguing to see. Capcom, you know, Microsoft, Sony. There's a lot of concern that if either or get a hold of this property, they'll make it console exclusive. If anything, I feel like
like I said before, I do not think it'll be console exclusive. Also, yeah.
If Xbox probably gets Mortal Kombat, it'll probably be on Game Pass. But I do think it'll probably still be on PlayStation. I mean, look at Minecraft. So I wouldn't worry about it becoming a console exclusive.
100%. And like I said before, Microsoft is already looking at putting some of their previous exclusives onto PlayStation.
So there's just too much money to be made.
Facts.
On different
and like 80% of the player base is on PlayStation versus Xbox when you're just looking at the two, you know.
Consoles, and that kind of seems like the route that Xbox has been
going
the last couple of years.
Competition. What are you playing with?
Netflix of gaming per se, right? I mean, there's still rumors of Gears of War being on PlayStation, Halo being on PlayStation. I don't think this is like 2014 and they're just dying to get exclusives. I think they just want people to have a chance to actually access a large library. So if you're worried about that, if Microsoft, Xbox swoops in, I wouldn't really worry about that. People were like, oh, Killer Instinct, it's dead, it flopped. Well, at the time, it was an exclusive when Xbox was doing horrible in comparison to the PS4. They lost that console war. They really did. So I really don't like that comparison on how they treated Killer Instinct. And I mean, for what it's worth, they just updated Killer Instinct like 2 months ago with a bunch of new content. So
that was one of the reasons I was like, man, I wish I could play Killer Instinct because they pumped a whole bunch of content into it, and it's an older game.
I mean, I think that's still one of the greatest fighting games of our generation. Just saying. So yeah, personally, I don't know who I'd want to take over the reins of this property, this franchise, because there's good and bad to all of this, unfortunately.
Like I said before as well, anybody who can afford Mortal Kombat isn't like I'm sure they're highballing it. Companies like EA have no idea what they'd be doing getting their hands on Mortal Kombat. A company like Microsoft would. So I think, and they have the money. I heard a rumor that Sony couldn't afford that, the offer or the base price point. So that makes me feel like David Zaslav is highballing the crap out of it because he kind of doesn't even really want to sell it unless somebody's going to match that ridiculous offer.
I see Take-Two and I'm like, oh no, shark cards. I see Microsoft and I'm like, oh no, it might be the same in a lot of ways with Nick.
Everyone's been wanting a Conquest game, right? Shaolin Monks 2 sort of thing. How good do you think Take-Two could do for Mortal Kombat and a Shaolin Monks game? Probably really fucking good. Microtransactions out the ass, for sure. But I bet they would make one hell of a game.
Nickel and diming. I see Sony and I'm like, that might be the better of several different evils. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this at all. Can I trust Phil Spencer with Mortal Kombat? I don't know, but scary times. Pretty scary.
Mortal Kombat is one of the only fighting games that are popular that is American. That's like Western, right? Everything else is like from the East. So when you look at Microsoft, it is the West. It's the gaming of the West, right? Even though Sony dominates in the West, Microsoft is American, right? So an American company, I think, would put a lot into an American fighting game. You know what I mean? Like, because they kind of have the same keep it in the U.S. sort of deal. Anyway.
Mortal Kombat could use some change. I do think that NetherRealm's kind of backed themselves up in a corner, and with this being like a multiverses constantly and retconning and, oh, it's not a retcon, it's a new era. Come on, you know what I mean? I feel like at this point, all roads kind of lead to somebody cleaning up this franchise. I guess that's the analogy I'm going to use, the metaphor.
No, that's...
I just feel like Mortal Kombat deserves better, and I feel like WB
It does.
Just looks at it as...
I used to give... I used to defend that Dominic guy constantly. He's like the writer of Mortal Kombat. He wrote, you know, X and MK11 and MK1. And people hated MK11. People loved MK11's story, you know. I personally really liked it. I know some people were like, oh, look how much it's like trying to be Marvel. And then MK1 comes around, and it's like verbatim a Marvel thing. Even with the whole infinity titties we're going to be seeing in this expansion. It's even more Marvelized. So I was just like, get that guy the fuck out of there, bro. Like, get somebody who doesn't just try to replicate the other most successful entertainment thing. Why would we not just enjoy more of that stuff? Like, let us experience different and new stories. And you copycatting the other biggest franchise, you know, out there in the entertainment industry isn't doing anything innovative. It's just walking us down the same path we've been down. And it starts to get real boring real quick.
Some money, you know.
You ever go running? Have you ever been running on a track? You ever had to run 2 miles on a track and then try to run 2 miles just on a road? That road seems way better, doesn't it? Because you're not looking at the same shit 8, 12 times, however big your track is.
Source of income, money pit for consumers. Hey, just $10 skins. You like that classic movie skin? It's free, but if you want the other ones, you know what I mean? I just feel like they look at it as an asset and not necessarily, you know, something that deserves to have the respect it should, the quality it should.
Truthfully.
Feels rushed. It's lacking content. Say what you will about the gameplay. At the root of it all, the gameplay for Mortal Kombat 1.
This is one of the things that bother me. And not about Dynasty, but about people who defend the game. You can tell them 1,000 things, not 1,000. Let's say realistically like 40 things wrong with the game. And their response every time is, yeah, but the gameplay. Oh, but yeah, the gameplay. Like, you can be like, oh, it's buggy as fuck, this, that, the other thing. And they'll be like, yeah, but the gameplay. I really like the gameplay. Oh, I just really like the gameplay. That's good, but it sucks when that's the only thing that you can fall back on. You can just go, oh, yeah, the gameplay itself is good. And you would think, right? You would think if gameplay is good, that's all that should fucking matter, right? But you charged people a fuck ton of money. And you took out, like, 4/5 the content from your previous installments. Anyway.
One, if you like the cameo system, far better than Mortal Kombat 11 in so many ways, but I feel like Mortal Kombat 11 was just a complete game. I feel like that was post-Prime. I still think MKX is probably Prime for Mortal Kombat, and at the time, I still feel like they were super limited on that generation of consoles, and that's kind of like the dark, gritty version of Mortal Kombat. I wish it was more vibrant like Mortal Kombat 11. And
Mortal Kombat 11 aesthetically looks amazing. The UI is amazing. The crypt is amazing. The Towers of Time is amazing. The ability to unlock anything for any one of your characters in a multitude of ways is amazing. The customizations are amazing. The voice acting is fucking amazing. Whether or not you like Ronda Rousey, I don't care. I didn't play Sonya, so I didn't give two shits what she sounded like. But yeah. It's a fucking good-ass game. It's so good. It's the most complete experience from NRS Studios, hands down. Granted, I was not as good fundamentally at fighting games during MKX. Like, I was younger. I just would get angry. I would get online. I didn't understand neutral ducking and simple shit like that, right? So projectiles, infinity. Yeah, so those projectiles, like, really did me in, you know? The rushing in and everything else, and everyone just looking for optimals, and me feeling like I was just constantly getting hit with, like, super oppressive, massive damage. I hated that. And I wish that more people felt the same way as I did. It's almost like to have Mortal Kombat be actually successful, you need to have like 2 separate game modes within the one game. One that's all wild, batshit crazy, you know, every time you get touched, it's like 50 to 70% damage combos on you. And then one where you could only do like 40% damage combos on people, and that way you have to get touched like, you know, 3-4 times instead of just twice. That's the game I want, you know? And that's what MK11 was to me. People are like, this is boring, and it's like, that's because you picked 2 characters out of a huge roster, and you don't want to play anyone else because you don't vibe with them, but the game's boring. Also because it's during COVID and you don't have to go to work 5 days out of the week. So you're sitting at home playing Mortal Kombat 10 times more than you ever were before.
Mortal Kombat 1. But that game felt complete. That game felt like it had content.
Okay, I made a tweet about it earlier. I'll just pull up the tweet real quick. I'm gonna exit this because we're already on that video. Let's go up. Sorry, I don't use it on the browser, so I'm not really good at knowing how this works on the browser. Okay, right here. This was from streamcharts.com. I searched up Mortal Kombat. Current players for MK11, 1,569. The current players for MK1 was 2,168. Obviously more, right? You look at the last 30-day average, MK11, 2,014.3. 2,014.3. Mortal Kombat 1's average is 2,006.5. Really close. Here's the difference. This game, Mortal Kombat 11, hasn't put out any new content in years. In years. MK1 just released new content and new trailers for 2 months later when we're going to get even more stuff. So you're definitely going to get an uptick of people trying to play the game. And now let's look at MKX. Current players, 267. And the 30-day average, 345. Now, forgive me for saying this, you know, and I know a lot of people don't agree for whatever reason. MKX is not as good as MK11. It's just not. As an overall package, it is not as good as a game. I think if it was graphically looked anywhere near as good as MK11, these numbers would at least be tripled. But it's also a product of its time. Anyway, enough about defending MK11, which I always do. So let's go back to Dynasty's video, and I'll rewind it just a little bit out of respect so we can hear what they said.
Gritty version of Mortal Kombat. I wish it was more vibrant like Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1. But that game felt complete. That game felt like it had content, the crypt, and it all kind of makes sense when you throw in the fact that they closed off the, Mortal.
I hated the crypt in MKX. The jumping spiders and shit. Oh, you motherfuckers.
Kombat Onslaught, entire mobile team. They closed Onslaught. They fired all the devs that work on the mobile team. Don't know who's working on the mobile team right now for MK Mobile and Injustice Mobile. But they got rid of the whole division apparently. So again, did they do that because they knew that the writing was on the wall and eventually they were going to sell the license and maybe NetherRealm Studios? Maybe. Just kind of spitballing here. But there you go. WB Discovery looking to sell off their games division. Again, just like a few years ago during the pandemic, this popped up the first time, and it seems like periodically every other year there's reports about it. Like I said, I would not be shocked going back to the conference call from like a year ago. And I mean, this was a year ago. A lot can change in a year when they pretty much leaked. You see what I mean? Like Zaslav doesn't even fucking respect Mortal Kombat. He flat out was like, Mortal Kombat 12, one of our big games for the next quarter. It's like he completely leaked Mortal Kombat 1.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That was him.
What CEO does that? David Zaslav. It is interesting because
the big Gerber baby goofy-headed fuck that is David Zaslav. Pardon my French. We drop at least one F-bomb every stream to keep it PG-13.
Had like I think a deal for another 3 movies after the second live action film. So again, that's where it gets interesting and kind of muddy and gray. It's like if they sell, Mortal Kombat, does that mean that the movies are canceled? What necessarily gets sold and how it gets sold off is, I think, more intriguing than the idea of them just going to another.
Sell the gaming rights, sell the console and PC gaming rights, maintain the film and TV rights and the mobile rights. Keep all of those, right? So you still technically own the IPs and all that, but you can let other studios do whatever they want in their own respective games. But they have to title it like, let's say, Take-Two's Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying?
Publisher. So we'll see what happens. Again, this is all just speculation from Financial Times. Nothing is set in stone. Not the first time, definitely won't be the last time, but just keep an eye out.
No, let it be the last time. Let it be the last time, because this is the time they sell.
Things are heating up. Combat Pack 2 is guaranteed. Maybe by the time Combat Pack 3 comes around, we see WB sell off Mortal Kombat to some other company, which I can get behind because I feel like this game deserves better. I feel like you deserve better. So long as it's not an EA or an Ubisoft, I feel like I'd be willing to give them a chance. Ultimately, I feel for the devs because, again, they just kind of are in limbo. You know what I mean? When Midway went down under, I know a lot of those guys lost their jobs, and ultimately I don't want anybody to lose their jobs. So regardless, it sucks to think that a lot of the core NetherRealm team may or may not be actually working on Mortal Kombat, but
I agree. I really like a lot of the team at NRS. What I would like to have happen is that whoever buys it, they immediately talk to Ed Boon, and they're like, we still want you, if you want to be a part of this, we would love for you to be the head of the table. Take whomever you would like with you from the studio, and we'll have that discussion. Oh, god dang it. MK1 be sucking, bro. Oh, little girl, creepy.
Catch me outside. How
Jesus
about that?
Christ. Jaws, thank you for that. Need that little wake me up. Wake me up. Wake me up inside. All right.
But at the same time, to know that the property could potentially live even longer than it is if it sticks around with WB Discovery, ultimately as a fan, that's pretty important too. So I feel for everybody who's going to be.
Wait, hold on. Let me back this up so I can hear what he said
A
appropriately.
lot of the core NetherRealm team may or may not be actually working on Mortal Kombat, but at the same time, to know that the property could potentially live even longer than it is if it sticks around with WB Discovery, ultimately as a fan, that's pretty important too. So I feel for everybody who's going to be affected by this if it happens, for sure. But as a fan, thinking about the actual property, it does kind of excite me to know that there could be some fresh life being brought to the franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Not to say that as of late it wasn't fresh, because it was. You know, it's Liu Kang's new era. It's definitely fresh. Seems like
Look at all the lead designers and all those people who left towards the end of MK11 because they saw the shit show that was Warner Brothers. And I'm sorry, there are a lot of developers that stayed on the shit show ship because they are making a fuck ton of money. Some of these developers sometimes post pictures of very, very pricey things that only Richie rich type of people can afford. You know what I mean? So I think inflated salaries in the industry is also to blame for this sort of thing. There are entirely way too many developers out there in the world to have these high inflated salaries, you know, and so they look to bring on new faces, newer people, get rid of the industry knowledge, get rid of the people who have played this game their whole lives that, you know, work at the studio. And then they're bringing in these new people who just want to work in the gaming industry, who have never played a Mortal Kombat game. Literally saw an interview where Ed Boon said some of their people had to go and play Mortal Kombat. They had to sit down and play the game so they knew what the characters move like and what they were like in general. And it's like, why the fuck would you hire somebody who's never played Mortal Kombat? If I could only imagine that a lot of gaming developers would love to work on Mortal Kombat, but maybe not under WB. So I think a lot of these lead developers, these people in the industry, saw the direction WB was going with MK1, and a lot of them left. And the ones that didn't, maybe they were contractually obligated not to. Maybe they were just enticed with way too much money to feel like leaving would be just stupid. But time's up, so I don't feel bad. Because it honestly, for a long time, felt like nobody at NRS was fighting for us and that they were just taking the hits and letting us take even harder hits. You know, it's like having an older brother, like a super abusive dad. And the older brother just like gets smacked one time and then leaves the house and leaves you to get beat by your dad all day long. You know what I'm saying? No? All right.
Boone is content and happy with that because there's so much potential when you can just pretty much rewrite everything that you had 30 years dedicating to. But I do think that we do deserve better. And I do think if somehow Boone could weasel his way and be the lead with Tobias.
Oh, that would be hot
Microsoft
business.
Pushing it. Maybe
John Tobias and Ed Boon, I think, are friends, but business-wise, I'm not sure that they could trust each other again. And that sucks. That sucks. I think there will always be an underlining, like, you sold me out. You sold the soul of MK, sort of thing, you know? But you look at Ed Boon's life and you look at John Tobias. John Tobias lived in like a humble life. Ed Boon, he got that money.
Maybe Sony pushing it. Just saying, I always throw the idea out there. There's no reason why John Tobias can't be working on a Shaolin Monks game, a Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest-esque game.
He was the
Boone
lore
could just
guy.
Be in charge of the
John Tobias was the guy behind the lore. He was all about the aesthetics, the everything. He was all into old school kung fu films, all that stuff. A lot of MK's ideas came from him. Ed Boon was like, you know, obviously he was in the gaming industry, but he was also like an engineer. John Tobias was the art behind MK.
Actual fighting game. Every 2 to 3 years, have a fighting game, and then in between the fighting games, have a story-oriented game. So you're constantly getting Mortal Kombat media. It seemed like a year ago in that conference call at David Zaslav. I feel like I completely left off on that.
Okay, yeah. I know I keep pausing and I keep stopping what they're saying, but you know what I would like? I would like every 5 years we get a new MK game, right? And they do a fuck ton of DLC and content and refining the games in the meantime. And then every, like, in between that, every, like, 2.5 years or whatever, we see, like, right in between that, we see, like, a Shaolin Monks or something along those lines. I would even like an RTS, a real-time strategy game in the world of of Mortal Kombat. If you don't know what an RTS is, think of like Command and Conquer or Warcraft before it became WoW, or StarCraft. Those are like real-time strategy games. I would love to have like one where you can pick your faction and you try to take over the Netherrealm or whatever, you know, building up your empire, and then all of a sudden there's a Tarkatan army at your gate trying to break it down. Like, I would love playing that. Anyway.
Like a year ago, in that conference call at David Zaslav, I feel like I completely left off on that. I'm kind of just spitballing. I'm just freestyling here. Sorry. I'm all over the place. I kind of felt like he was really taking pride in Mortal Kombat. He was like, Mortal Kombat is one of our biggest properties. And essentially, he said he felt like he was leaving money on the table by not presenting the live service model to things like Mortal Kombat. So they were going to do it for Mortal Kombat 1 because they felt like the consumer could be investing more into the license. And ultimately, it just feels like, well, that changed. Might sell Mortal Kombat, so until then, buy our skins. Yeah. And it's just slimy and scummy and corporate bullshit. So, you know, as long as it goes to somebody who genuinely appreciates the studio, Ed Boon, the crew, and they're allowed to do what they want without just hitting certain boxes, I think that's a win. So that's my take on it. Don't jump the gun and say it's going to happen. Let's not jinx it.
I need it to. We all need it to. Everyone needs it to. We would like it to. I'm going to be real. I did not expect to go down this rabbit hole for as long as we did. All right, we're going to end the video there. We did kind of skip around in Dynasty's video. This is the latest video on their channel. Let me go here to Les Videos. As you can see, it is titled Mortal Kombat Getting Sold, ... Again, Warner Brothers Discovery Update. All right. There's a couple we haven't seen, but I pretty much know the news on that. I think that is the Inner Loco misunderstanding. And then that is some supposedly secret fighter that looks like Pepto-Bismol. But yeah, y'all should all know who Dynasty is. Dynasty 1031. Don't know what the 1031 is. I don't need to. You know, it's Halloween. How about that? How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? All right. So let's move over. Let's move over to the video game side of things, and let's see what we're gonna play. Let's do that. So thank you for sticking out here as we've been doing this random stuff. But right now we're about to make that transition. So everybody get ready. It might be a little noisy. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think I could have found a better song to sample, really. It is so nice. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Samsonite. I was way off. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Bojangles and Bojurls, I really do appreciate you being here and listening to me chit-chat about WB and the possible losing and just my take on it. I am rather passionate about this stuff, and I could ramble on for a long time. Ramble on. Don't make it weird. We don't have like one of those things that allow the chair to slide easily on carpet. You know what I'm talking about? Gonna switch to RE2 and a few on YouTube. Gonna stick around on Twitch. Didn't I read that earlier? Might be trans. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, got you. I understands now. I understands what you're saying. I'll do. Oh, and real quick, we have been streaming for 2 hours. I know we have. But I gotta be real. I gotta tinkle tankle. So we're gonna tinkle tankle. We'll be right back. Everybody enjoy the BR back screen. I'll be right back.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. It's intermission time, folks. And now, showtime.
I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna find her.
Whew, sorry, y'all. Had to go. You know, it was an interesting thing. I went in there and I was like, why does this feel weird? You know, when I stood up and I started walking, when I went to go pee, I realized my shorts were on backwards. So there's that. That happened today. Did that come out? Man, all that wood exposed, that looks like garbage now. Why would you do that to me? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to paint that. Alright, anyway, now's a good time to mention, I think I have 17 plushes of Sonic, 4 Cuphead plushes, 2 Sly Cooper plushes, a Sub-Zero plush, a custom-made plush of 9 from the movie, and 4 Arctic plushes, and 1 Red Fox plush. Song. I love that song. I do too. And that's a lot of plushes. You got a lot of plushes over there. Oh, what is this, you might ask? This is just Dreams. It's that game-making game within PlayStation. And I was just going in and looking at a little couple of things. Y'all remember this one? Where I made Invasions, the board game? I made all this so that I could talk about how I think they could make Invasions better. And less than 200 people saw the video. Definitely sucks, you know? It wasn't just that we did either. Hold on, we're gonna have to let this play out before I back out. I think it closes. Close. Ready, set, close. Okay, there it goes. Okay, alright. But the other thing I made was this. And this is where I propose my own idea. Where in Invasions, you have an AI battles tower. And so it's one that you can constantly try to take over. Anyway, you can see what's on the screen. I don't need to spell it out for you. Enemy AI advances every 12 hours. You complete towers to control and defend regions. You can control entire regions, which will give you big defense buffs in said regions. You can defeat an enemy that's on the tower, and you'll knock them back all the way to the beginning part, and they have to, every 12 hours, move forward one more time, right? So yeah, the whole point is like defend the areas from an incoming invasion. That's all AI battles just represented as towers. And I thought, man, how great of a idea this is. But like I said, less than 200 people saw this. So it does kind of hurt the pride a little bit. Put all that effort into stuff like that. And then you'll have people telling you, nobody's ever positive about Mortal Kombat. And it's like, okay, bud. Here was one. Let me just do this. We'll hit the edit so you all can actually see. My plan was to make a pinball machine, a Mortal Kombat pinball game. So here's the base top that I was kind of going with, the columns I made. That was the initial shape, and I was like, let me duplicate that and try to make it look Mortal Kombat-esque, and that's kind of what I came up with. The pieces that you'd be hitting are like, you know, those little metal things that you bounce off of? I don't know what they're called. I don't play pinball. But those are Kung Lao hats. Then we would have had a gong. Those things, I don't know what those are called, but those are in pinball machines. And then towers. So, like, you'd hit this tower once, and then you get, like, a little... Once you hit it with the ball, you get... That would, like, get an X through it. And then you hit it again, that would get an X through it. And then you hit it again, that would get an X through it. And then so you'd be, like, essentially completing the tower by hitting the tower 5 times. Or you could complete these towers by hitting them, you know, 12 times or whatever else it was. So that I was kind of coming up with concepts of how we would make a little game. And I put way too much, like, detail into stuff nobody ever sees. I made this brick wall. Hope you like it. Anyway. Yeah, so there's, like, I've got a lot of love for MK. I really do. I really, really do. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of Dynasty, we just watched that video. I made this for him a while back. It's kind of like an olive branch, I guess. It could look better. But I thought it'd be good to, like, he had any kind of, like, late stream or some kind of, like, late night posts or something. The Dynasty After Dark. Sounded like cool. I don't know. I was just coming up with shit. Oh, let's check out my other Mortal Kombat things I've made. Here's the Living Forest I recreated. I've showed some of y'all before, but some of y'all haven't seen it. Music is by me. It is not... It's heavily inspired by Mortal Kombat music. I'm not a musician, so I do not understand the concept of music, you know, and music writing or whatever. But I did my best. My rendition of the Living Forest, the trees can uproot and walk themselves around the forest. I was also a little inspired by Jordan Peele, like his type of music. Anyway, let's play some MK, right? Let's do the dang thing and play some Mortal Kombat. Oh, that's not Mortal Kombat. Been a long time, though, you know? I uploaded the game the other day so I could get some footage. And, yeah, well, let me do that. Let's move Mortal Kombat. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to start a party chat. And I hope deep down that if anybody wants to party up, we can party up. We can chit-chat. We can talk about it. Tell her about it. Watching a lot of videos lately on how to set up a Discord server bot and stuff. I don't even really understand any of that.
And become keeper of time.
Yeah.
My next task
I just don't.
was to restart history.
Okay, I did load this up, like I said, the other day for a clip. Oh, and when I did, I purchased everything in the shrine. Which was just Kung Lao items. Good soup. And I checked out the Invasions introductory. Is this a new biome? I haven't seen anybody really talking about that. I don't remember the flesh pits. I remember Shang Tsung. I remember, like, his lab. Optional. Optional? What the fuck you mean optional? What you mean optional? Alright, I selected Farah. I have never used her. I still haven't used Takeda either. But I know how to play a Sub-Zero. And I feel like that's a good place to start. No relics. They take them all away. Kind of sucks. Because, like, you can put all this time and effort to get a relic. And then next season, they take it away. Like... haven't forgotten much. If you start a Koth, I will end my RE2 stream, delete it, and pick it up tomorrow. Oh my gosh, Drew.
Sub-Zero wins.
I was just thinking about rocking some invasions. I'm gonna keep it 100% with you. I was just thinking about. Oh, looks like we got a secret fight. It's been a very long time since I played the game. Hold on, I'm adjusting. And yeah, so I just kind of want to. I don't know. Play the... I feel like my camera's facing the wrong way. Am I tripping? I'm gonna flip me around. Am I facing... Am I facing the screen to you guys, or am I... Okay, wait, I should know. There. Okay, nope. Okay, it is backwards. It is backwards. I'm the backwards man, I can walk back as fast as you can. I can walk back as fast as you can. I'm backwards man, the backwards man, the backwards man. I can walk back as fast as you can. I can walk back as fast as you can. I'm the backwards man, the backwards man, the backwards man. Okay, sorry about that. Let me flip myself again. I wish I could flip myself back and forth way faster, but... Okay, there. Now we shall face the screen. Are you ready for the screen facing? All right, secret fight. See what we got.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Why do I have this outfit selected?
Fight.
Okay, what do you do, bitch? Ah, no, I almost perfect. I almost got a perfect.
Sub-Zero wins.
And then it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now.
We gotta remove that Sub-Zero outfit. I'm sorry. I'm a person that loves aesthetics, and that outfit looked dumb. Like Jack Frost jacked off on me. I hate it. Alright, where are you at? Is it this? There you are, culprit. Invasions. XX Invasions. But yeah, does anybody here know, is this a new biome? Or is that a new area for us to be in? Start a party, open party. Ain't no party like an open party. Alright, I'm gonna unmute myself, just in case somebody pops in. What the fuck? Oh, I forget. Elemental damage. This is how long it's been since I played this game. It thinks I don't remember any of this. What the fuck?
You lose.
I didn't even notice that they forced me to be Takeda. I didn't notice that whatsoever. Fuck me. Execute the given combo to destroy. Blah, blah. It was the final mesa for Reptile season, so yeah, last season. Okay, so it was new just last season. Okay, okay. I ain't really seen nobody say nothing about that. You'd think that would be a more monumentous thing. Like, oh shit, we actually got a new area. And it feels like Mortal Kombat.
Fight.
Bro, what does Farah do? I fucking hate this cameo right now. Oh my gosh, she's like Janet and shit. Oh, fuck this. Give two shits about sitting there holding a cameo button while pressing a directional that supersedes my fighter any more than these cameos already fucking do. Garbage. You can go in the bin right next to Janet. As a matter of fact, you're already there. Left side, weak side. Left side, strong side for the people who don't get, like, lost in their head with dumbass shit like this, bro. I can't deal with a fucking cameo that has a stance. I'd rather play as Shujinko. And I fucking hate playing as him.
Movado.
Ugh. Fuck that. Alright. We're here to have fun. We're not here to have a bad time. It's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. No filter. We don't filter here. See the blood. Embrace the blood. Be molded by it.
Fatality. Sub-Zero wins. Flawless victory.
Oh, was that a flawless? I didn't notice. With my Rexicle sitting out there. What's this way? Ooh, that's a wall of souls. Gonna keep it moving. Endurance. I gotta take 3 people at once? I don't know. It's not even the weekend. Ah, you jerk. Your mother doesn't love ya. Bloop. Whoa! Jada Pinkett up in here. Keep my wife's name out your mouth! Okay. Alright, Powder. We're gonna take this dance the whole way, baby. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, what happened, Cameo? You let me down, bro. Wait. Hey, that was cute. No. Haha, 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 haha. Young Souls. That's Ermac's rap name, Young Souls. Oh shit. I thought he was gonna explode. Woo! Look at those green eyes, so beautiful.
Fatality. Sub-Zero wins.
Ice, ice, baby. Alright, alright. Keep it moving, keep it moving.
And then it's all coming back.
Fight.
Haha. Oh, shit. Ugh. Oh, what, bitch? Damn it. Who the fuck is Jataka?
Finish her.
Get down. Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
Sub-Zero wins.
Oh, does he? I didn't notice.
And then it's all coming back.
What are you playing these days, Jaws? You still playing this game?
Fight.
Ow! 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 Didn't I just fight you, girl? What are we doing here?
Finish her.
They still ain't fixed that second hit.
Sub-Zero wins.
Are you telling me the developers still have not fixed it to where that second hit hits? Oh, gosh. Ruins the experience for me now. Gosh.
Oh, I've got stat points. I'm gonna do it manually. Health. Yep. You never know. You know what I mean? You're gonna end up being like, oh, you need to have level 20 agility to use this amazing... Sure. To use this amazing... talisman or whatever, relic. Me not know. It been long time, me not know what thing are. Lady of Altoy. I'm sure that's a thing. This truly feels like a Mortal Kombat Mesa. Okay, I don't know what that was, girl, but we gonna nip it right in the bud. What the fuck? I'm getting hit with falling heads and shit. This is some bullshit. Goddamn, goddamn. Nobody told me I was about to get slaughtered. Fuck. Ah, goddamn. Hi, looks like you got hit too, simple bitch. Ooh. Why are you saying to me?
Finish her.
I don't know. My brain went, what are we gonna do here? And I really only had two options.
Sub-Zero wins.
Moving forward. I always forget you gotta like hold it ever since they added elemental disadvantage. Oh no, I better swap it up now. Let me use Quan Chi. I don't know what I was doing, Sector. I really don't. I don't know what I'm doing with Quan Chi.
Scorpion.
It really sucks that Farah is one of those cameos that's like a hold cameo, press a button sort of deal or some shit. Ah. Sorry, it's been even longer since I played as Quan. I look like a bird. I look like bird person.
Brutality. Quan Chi wins.
I am bird person. What is that, coffee? My bad, bro. I heard ya, but couldn't respond immediately. You're good. Still playing MK1? I got you, bro. Smoke. Ah, I like that. Smoke con. Smoking. I like that. I like that. Very clever.
Fight.
Nope, that's not how we do it. Quan Chi it just doesn't do it for me anymore. You know what I mean? Just don't do it for me anymore. I mean, I really just only play sub. I guess I should try Takeda, right? I paid for the character. I should at least try the character. Jesus. 2 health? No thank you.
Movado.
Alright.
Fight.
Oh, fuck you. Girl power. What the fuck, bro?
Finish her.
Slice and dice.
Fatality.
Okay.
Takeda
I mean, okay.
wins.
Does that Takeda mask come in blue like my mask is? Optional. I guess that means it's an optional. I can just skip it. Like, you can just run through these now? You don't actually have to play them anymore? Oh no, it's so hard. So difficult. I wish they made them actually difficult. See, why does that look like Shang Tsung's place? But we in the pits. I'm just gonna go towards the green. Alright, we're gonna try to get something. First time playing Takeda. Alright. No.
Takeda wins.
The sound design on that was actually really well done. Like, really well done. That sounded good. I feel like you could hear the locking mechanisms. You know what I'm saying? You could hear them? Oh.
Fight.
Okay, what the... What the... Does he have like a pop-up string? No, that's just a part of that. So is that. Nope, nope, that's a part of that. Does he have a pop-up string? Or is he like friggin' Havoc and doesn't have a pop-up string?
Takeda wins.
I'm gonna be extremely biased and say his original mask looks way better than any of the ones I've unlocked so far. But that's only because it looks like
Among Shang Tsung's obscene experiments is a new Baraka hybrid. This abomination feeds on souls, not flesh. His appetite.
Okay. Completion reward. Take a bite. I forget what I was saying. Retrieving data. For what? For fucking what? Why do we do this? Just to suffer. Alright, well. There's that mark in my desk. I want to mark with that. How about a wood marker? So I could, you know, use the marker on any little pieces of wood that gets exposed or chipped. Not a big deal. No big deal. You know, it's part of being an adult. You know, buy wood markers. Okay, it's entirely too light, and that's the darkest marker I have. What is taking so long? What the fuck? Let me in. Let me out. Let me in. Let me out. Let me in. Let me out. In, out. In. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. I am Lord. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am Lord. Montekia. Enhance. 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 In. Out. In. Now look at your man. Now look at me. Now look at your man. Now look at me. Help. Oh, I can hit start? Well, fuck yeah. Oh, no! Come on, bro! What? And I can't go... Okay, I can go to this mesa. What the fuck? What the fuck? Alright. So this doesn't say weekly anything. Alright. We can't... You can't move the camera here anymore? I can't look left or right at all. Is it still there? Okay, it went away. Sweet. All right, we got
She
this.
said it's cold outside, and she hands me a raincoat.
That's why I do that. I was like, why do I know that? And then I looked up the lyrics, and the next line was, she's always worried about things like that. And I was like, always worried about things like that. It's that 20 of the matchboxes. All right, we're going to stick with what we got.
I'm sorry for staring. It's just...
Baby, I see it's a problem. I can feel it. When you're gone, baby, you need to come home. Yeah! Ah! Slap ass! Slap ass! Oh, I thought that was gonna get him. No, thank you. You know, damn it, tell me to fuck. Got him. Oh, wait, that was only stage 1. That's alright, I knew that. I knew he was multi-tier. Pardon me, sir. Diet Coke. Bitch, bitch. Bitch, you better watch out. I'll be pressing every button I can. Padow. Anthony Padilla. Wait, is this his last bit? Because can I do a finisher? Back, down, down, R2? What the fuck? Mid? What is mid? What does that mean? Back, down, down, R2, catapult? What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a cameo fatality. That's not what I was looking for at all. I was looking for brutalities. All right, I dummies. Oh, that's it.
Outfought, outsmarted.
Brutality. Takeda wins.
I thought he's gonna put his foot up to his ear like a phone. Hey, let's go. Got a Baraka skin. And Baraka gear? I shall take it. Level 3 Takeda. Taquito. Nah, I'm not sure I'm really vibing Takeda's business. I'm gonna be 100% with y'all. I like a simple man, you know, and Sub-Zero's that simple man. I've been seeing Tanya a lot lately, which makes me sad because I wanted to pick her up, but I also don't want to look like somebody who just hops on the Tanya train.
Reptile.
Let's pick a different skin for that man. And just to let people know, if they want to throw down in a King of the Hill, I might consider it. If we can get at least 2 people to be like, let's run it, then I'm down. Oh, what am I doing? Main menu. Tried to go to the PlayStation menu to change my outfit. What the fuck was I thinking? What the hell was I thinking, man? I'm boxy, baby. Okay, we have to favorite. What is this? No. Yes. Oh, okay, we'll add that. It's green. Only wearing green things as Reptile. I refuse to be wearing all this other garbage. Yeah, that screams Reptile. Nothing says Reptile like blue and purple. All right. Randomize favorites. That's what we're gonna do. Man, are you serious? All right. Gear. I really don't care. Randomize all as always. All right. Oh. All right. See if maybe we can pick up Reptile. I don't know.
Fight! Finish him. Reptile wins.
I don't know why I'm using Sector with Reptile. I just am. Let me try Farah again, and I'll give it like a proper chance. You know what I'm saying? I'll actually look at the character instead of denouncing it just like I did Janet. Because the moment I start seeing that I have to hit more buttons that supersede what my actual fighter's doing, it takes me completely out of it. And I'm like, no, thank you. I already don't like the concept that no one fighter could handle their own business. I hate summon moves. I like ambushes 10 times more, but it's still not saying much.
Fight.
Alright, hold on now. Cameo. Lackey variation. Let me ride. And lackey dismissal. Tor stance. Tor stance forward, back, jump. Tor stance swings. What the fuck? Alright.
Reptile wins.
I'd like a Reptile outro that didn't have him transforming into that ugly monstrosity. This area definitely feels like a spot that I should be at last, not first, in Invasions, but I'm here for it.
Fight.
Bro, it was flying. What the fuck?
Brutality. Reptile wins.
So she offers a whole bunch of mix, if I'm not mistaken. Exploding magic what? What did you call me?
Ah, son! Fight.
Ah, damn. Oh, those thingies.
Finish him. Fatality. Reptile wins.
I'm kind of buns at Reptile, so you know, there's that. Time we got about 8 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and oh no, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. I'll do the damn thing, Captain. Wow, look at that fit. Of course, Janet. Ugly ass. What the fuck was that? Oh, you just call her out over and over again?
Reptile wins. Fight.
Nope. Alright. I'm gonna go to Sub-Zero and try with Sub-Zero. Because I know Sub-Zero, and it's better than not knowing both of them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it just makes a little bit more sense to try to learn a new cameo and not a character and a cameo at the same time. Sevens. Okay, and we'll grab Farah. Old busted ass Farah.
Fight.
What the fuck? What? Alright, I just need to hit the lab. I think maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do one more fight in Invasions, then I'm gonna hit the lab for a second just to try Farah out. Oh my gosh, I just added points. What do I get for not doing automatic? Alright, we're gonna do test your might.
Test your might.
Look at that little skull there. Oh, I missed! Oh, no, I didn't. Okay.
Excellent.
I thought I missed. I was like, oh my gosh, what a failure. Immense failure. Come on, baby. Give me a fight, baby. God, I hate that you have to hold it. Okay, I know that they did it so you could walk back and forward and stuff. But, guys, I realize there's a trigger zone when your character's on a node. I'm speaking of in a development side. You have a trigger zone when you stand on a node, so your character does or acts a certain way, or you enable certain actions to be able to be performed when standing on a node, right? And so these are already things that signify the character is here, and I get not wanting to do more trigger zones, but you guys need to do another trigger zone that's a little wider, and that's the only one that's tied to the run. So that way, you don't have to hold the run direction. Or the walk direction, whatever you want to call it.
Fight.
Okay, what does she do in the air, bro? She jumps in the air all the time, and I have people, like, there, but she never does anything. Air. See, like, I don't... Is it meant for me in the air? I got real used to holding back to block. Was that something? I don't know.
Sub-Zero wins.
Alright. Alright. Hey, you hold up and R1 and you... But you have to hit 2 overhead in the air. Or like 2. Like the button 2. Also, I swapped my buttons around. So like... I don't know why that sounded like there's something to my left for a second. That creeped me out. Oh, through the porthole we go! Jinsei essence. Ooh. It kind of takes away, like, creating your own talismans when they legitimately take them from you. They should just make them level 30. When you create your own, you should be able to keep it, and it's forced to level 30. Like, so you can't just use it right away. You know what I mean? Or force it to level 20 or something. I should probably... Alright, there we go. One more to go. I've never played something that felt like its whole reason for existing was to take up more time. Like, that's what these portals... I feel like they could have been so much cooler. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, we'll do this one. And then... And then... And then... No, and then. I'm so used to pressing that because of,
Finish him.
I was trying to call out Farah.
Sub-Zero wins.
I'm used to having Movado as my buddy. So she's pretty much just like a mix god, right? That's like her thing. Like, she's like crazy at mixing it now. Like 50-50s. Like, that's what she's all about. Did they make Tremor better, or is he still ass?
Tremor.
The hourglass's sands are drawn from the souls of all beings.
Okay, bro. I believe you. I know I said we was gonna be done, but you know.
How long have you served Liu
How
Kang?
long? How
Since the beginning
long?
of time beyond.
Is a piece of string. Oh, rock lobster. Okay, what the fuck? Help! What do we do? What do we do? I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. God dang it, bro. That shouldn't be a summon. That should be an ambush. Changed my mind. Changed my mind. Why that shit's a fucking summon, dude. Dumb as fuck. Why is everything Tremor have a summon? God damn, dude. Just a trash-ass cameo. For no reason. Oh, that's cunty. Come on now. Come on now, buddy. What the fuck do you think this is, man? Oh, shit! Oh, god damn! Uh-huh. drive, pussy. What the fuck? Ugh. Oh, bitch, how? She has armor too? Not just you? You give her armor too when you get armor? What is that? Why's the cameo got armor now?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Oh! Why is it? No! Oh, backshotted, backshotted. Suck it dry, bitch! I thought that was the last one. Never mind. I take back the epic line. God, destroy this thing! No! Gotcha, bitch! Oh, damn. What the hell is happening anymore? How is this Mortal Kombat? What the fuck is going on with all this magical shit? What the fuck, baby? Stop fucking with time, you piece of shit. Well, I'm done with the time shit, if you would please. Oh, you side-switching sack of shit. You sandbagging son of a bitch. You old motorboating bastard, you. Woo! Oh, come on now. Come on now. No! Oh, don't die, don't die, don't die! Yeah! Someone's got a mouthful.
Finish him.
All right. I think I shall. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your turn around.
Sub-Zero wins.
Tremor, you were no help at all. You were no help at all. Put that boulder down. You did nothing. Garrus, that skin looks good. Me gusta the skin Le Garrus has. Let me just say that if you're not playing this season of Invasions, it is by far the most rewarding I've played in a very long time. And I have played all seasons. I only 100%ed the first 4, and after that, I was like, I'm just gonna get to the end and not 100% them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still beat them, but I didn't 100% them like I was initially. Anyway, Grim Reaper says she gives back throw combos, has a command grab, but it's a high, gives buff to fighter, she can give or take meter, and provides mix to answer your question. That's entirely too much shit in one cameo. Alright, let's go to the whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. A cameo that does that fucking much might as well be the fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. She should not be giving anyone extra health either. Ever. Okay. You know, like I said, we're gonna be done playing this game, you know, after this fight. Like I said. I said that earlier. You guys heard me. I know y'all did. Oh, we still got Tremor on deck. The sweet life of Zac and nobody. Bitch. Oh my gosh. I was trying to call out the cameo. And he... Why is that a summon? Why is that not... Oh, damn. Hodor. Cameo. Finishers. Down back, forward, R2. Simple. Oh, it's the fatality. I was looking for a brutality. I was like, what the hell? Okay. Away and hold up. That's it. Excuse me, ma'am. Oh, what the hell? I'm very saddened. I am saddened.
Sub-Zero wins.
What if all that stuff that Farrah's... No. I won't speculate. It's wild, though, that all the paid-for cameos, excluding... Maybe that's why they keep Tremor garbage. So they can be like, it's not pay to win. Look, see, it's not pay to win. But honestly, if you had Janet, Chameleon, or Farrah, you're at an advantage playing this game. So unless you're paying for these DLC characters, you're at a disadvantage. And not until recently did they bump up Goro to the point that he was actually a really good cameo, from my understanding. From what I read on Twitter, I haven't been touching this fucking game. So, damn it, another one of these. So, yeah, it's kind of nice that there is a cameo that is an OP cameo outside of Cyrax, mind you. That is, you know, that's dominating, that's doing well. Janet is still a busted cameo, in my opinion. Chameleon is still a busted cameo, in my opinion. But I'm gonna give it a buck. Like, I don't like cameos. I just deal with them. I just deal with the fact that they're there. So the more that they need work or integration or learning, the less interested I am in said cameos. So, like, even though Janet is hella fucking good, all that extra shit you gotta do for her, not really interested. Kind of the same with Farrah, really. Even though it was a little fun with Farrah. Not gonna lie. It seemed a lot easier than anything you have to do with Janet. Shijinko's another one I'm not a fan of. That skin straight up looked like, Kraven from Spider-Man. Alright, y'all. You have weak baby arms? Shit. How do they know, bro? How do they see me, bro? Alright, we're about to hit 3 hours 15. I was supposed to end it at 3 hours. I just was. You know? Them's the Carfax. You think Mataro's good now? I've always liked what I've seen Drew do with Mataro. So I thought, you know, I never thought Mataro was that bad, but not some character I was really interested in. He seems very projectile forward. And I'm going to be real. When I first started playing this game, and I was like, yo, I do not like it. One of the things that... This is how toxic I was at the time. I thought, I'm going to play the two most zoning characters I can and just ruin the experience for everyone I can possibly online by just trying to zone the shit out of people.
Sub-Zero.
But I never did that. Because I probably played 4 matches online that wasn't with viewers.
Goro.
I could try Goro now, though. Oh, it's because he's got like a punch walk cancel or some other complex shit I don't care about. I'll try Mataro. I'll try him. I have to do this fight only because the game essentially called me chicken and said I had weak baby arms.
Fight.
Fuck! Oh, yes! All right.
Finish him.
Let me in,
Fatality. Sub-Zero.
and I'll be nice.
Ah, yes. We are done for the day, ladies and gentlemen. As we end our stream playing session as we do,
Please don't forget to leave a little like ski, follow if you haven't, or do a little sub if you want. You know, it's up to you. It's up to you. You don't have to. We do stuff. We talk business for like an hour every time we stream. You ever want to talk about video game industry? You ever want to talk about whatever's, you know, getting you mad and heated, right? Can't believe the price of this, or can't believe they didn't add this, or whatever else. You want to talk about it? Then you come in the stream, and in the first hour, at least an hour, we're always talking shop. All right? That's the fireside chat. And then we transition onto the gaming. As of right now, like I said, we're going to listen to a little Jawsthatbite music, but not too hard. Whoa. Radio DJ Dick Johnson. Did it. All right, we're going to have to get to the sewer. Oh, we're already there, baby. All right. Once again, I'd just like to say thank you, everybody coming through. It was a very fantabulous start to a stream week. It is going to be a strange one this week since my birthday's Saturday. My girl's birthday's on Friday. Like, I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, but yeah, tomorrow's going to be a weird day, too. I got an inspection and stuff, and anyway, I ain't here to talk about my life. We here to play some games, so let's get to it.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yo, I hope so. I'll catch you outside anytime. Anytime. We gotta wait for that beat to drop before we start going. Hey, thank you, Grim Reaper. Thank you. Alright. I want to see some of those new emotes we got in the chat, yo. Oh, damn. I smacked my shell and I fell. Woo! RESPEGGs. Woo! Baby! Alright, let's hop off this board, hop over this rail, and well, let's hit the spot. Coming. Cowabunga, baby. All right. Woo! Once again, thank y'all for coming through. It is a pleasure. We'll probably play some Injustice tomorrow. Y'all can come through for that, too. Once again, this is Jawsthatbite music. Just check them out in the description of every single video that we do over here on the YouTube side of things. Probably should put them over in Twitch side, too. I should do that now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, thanks for coming by, everybody. I will catch y'all tomorrow. Have a beautiful night. Peace to the peace.
This concludes our programming for today. We welcome any comments you may have regarding our programming. Some of today's programming has
Well, that was weird. Ready? And the proper sign off in 3, 2, buns.
This concludes our programming for today. We welcome any comments you may have regarding our programming. Some of today's programming has been mechanically reproduced. Wishes you a pleasant good night and good morning.